Hello. Okay, so I used the bookbinding tape to attach the front and the back of the cover that I made to the journal. So as you can see, I've got the 4 signatures. They're kind of fat, but they should fit nicely in the center of this. And if I move this over a bit, there should be a slight, tiny bit of room at the top and the bottom of the journal when I get done. It's still going to have a slight alligator mouth, but I made the spine of the book a little bit bigger. So let's get right into it. So I do not like to measure, and I'm not that great at math. So I have found kind of a simple way to do this, and I'm going to share that with you. First of all, I took a scrap piece of paper, laid it over where my binding is, and I just kind of scored it on either side where the edge of that spine is. So I'm going to use this as a guide. This, I've cut the paper pretty much where my signature is going to lie. And if I fold this in half, I'm going to get exactly the middle. Hi, Sue. So this is exactly where my middle holes are going to lie, right here. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and lay this here to know where my center line is going to be. Now, to know where to line them up here, I'm going to make 4 holes. So all I want to do here is kind of look and see how wide this is. Okay, so this is not quite 2.5 inches. Let's look at the centimeters. Okay, centimeters would be easier because this is actually 6 centimeters. So that's perfect, because if I make a mark at 1, 2, 3, 4, oh no, that would be for 5 signatures, wouldn't it? Okay, let's go back to inches. Let's scribble those out. Okay. So let's just go ahead and center the 2-inch mark, part of the ruler. And I'm going to leave about probably a little over 1/8 on each side. So if we put let's just move it to the edge. Let's go ahead to let's go over just so I have a better idea. Okay, so if I go over a little bit, my center of 1.5 is going to be 1.25. All right. So let's go back. I'm going to go back. Let me do this. Sometimes I get a little thrown off by the numbers on the ruler. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a mark at the center. Okay, so I want my signatures probably, I don't want one in the center because there's 4. I want them more evenly spaced. So I'm going to make a mark here at 6 1/4 and 5 3/4. And then I'm going to go 1/2 inch down and make a mark here. And then I'm going to go 1/2 inch down and make a mark here. So this is kind of where I want my holes to sit in the journal, so that I've got a little bit of space in the front and a little bit of space in the back. And then if I actually measure that, it is not quite 1.5. Yeah. So that's going to even out perfectly. So that's what we're going to do. That's how we're going to sew them in. So now what I am going to do is I folded it in half. So I've got my half mark. I'm just going to go ahead and mark this off. So I know where my halfway point is. And at the top where I want to sew my signature, I'm going to go ahead and fold this down to probably about here. Is probably where I want to start the top of my signature, right? And I don't have to make sure it's even on the bottom, because when I punch my holes, I can just flip this around, right? So here's what we're going to do. I've got a white jelly roll pen, which I'm going to mark the book tape with. So here we go. Wish me luck, right? So I'm going to lay this here beside where I want my holes to be vertically, or I'm sorry, horizontally. And then I'm going to put this kind of in these holes, right? Okay. So put this down here. Okay. So they don't have to be perfect, but they will be fairly even if I use this method. So if you connect these two lines, this line to this line, it's about right there. This line to this line is about right there. That's about right there. That's about right there. So let's take a look at it. I think that looks nice and even. I don't know about you. It's not perfect. It's not exact. It's not precise, but it's pretty darn even. So we're just going to flip it over and do the same thing. I'm going to put this about in the middle. So I have my top mark here. And then I'm going to lay this in the creases of my binding, right? Actually, I'm going to flip it over just in case it's not perfect, because I don't want my strings to be crooked. And then I'm just going to connect these two lines once again. So this would be here. This would be here. And so on. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing in the middle. Where our half mark is, our half mark hashtag there is going to be our halfway point. So that's where I'm going to put that. Okay. So now let's take a look at our little marks. What do you think? I think they look pretty even. So I'm happy with that. I don't mind if they're going to be a little, I'm not going to be terribly upset if they're wonky. And here we're going to bring in the Crop-A-Dile. I love this thing. This was probably the best investment I ever made in my crafting junk. So this is going to, I've got it set on the 1/8, and I'm going to go ahead and set some eyelets before I begin binding. So we're going to poke one. Two. Third hole. Three. And 4. So now I've got my 4 holes. You can see, you can kind of see. Well, hi, my youngest child. Look who's here. I know, this thing is a monster. Look at it. This is called the Crop-A-Dile. And see, you can punch small holes, or you can punch these big holes. See this thing? This will punch through. This is how I punch hole in Scrabble pieces. And then it's got an eyelet setter in the front, and it's got all these different settings for big eyelets and little eyelets. So I'm going to set some eyelets into these holes right now. So this kind of worries me. I hope that I have 12 eyelets, and I kind of want to alternate between this antique gold and silver, but I'm not sure if I should. So let me see how many I got. I need 12 in all, and I use the antique more than anything because I love the antique gold. I've got some copper in here. I don't necessarily want to use those. Okay, so I've got plenty. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Those are stuck together. 10, 11, 12. But I kind of want to do some silver because the other side of this book has all the silver on it. But the charm has both silver and antique gold. So I'm thinking about look at the core that it took out of that, how thick that this chipboard is with the book binding. I'm kind of thinking I want to do silver too, so I don't know if I should do right. Yeah, right. I don't know if I should do antique gold here, silver here, and antique gold here, or alternate. I thought about doing an alternating and then make it the opposite here. That's what I'm going to do, I think. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, let's do that. So let's put these bad boys in. Let's do a gold or an antique gold and a silver. And then an antique gold. Whoops. Antique gold. And a silver. It looks like that's copper. It's not antique gold. Antique gold here. Well, I can't get that thing in there. And a silver. The silver ones will tarnish, but you know what? I don't know if I have that many silver. I may not be able to do any. Because these silver ones have the trim, the beige trim on them. Let me make sure I've got enough to do that. So I'll need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 6 silver ones if I'm going to do every other one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, 6 I do. Okay. So I can do every other one. So let's do that. So there's 4. Let me close these up so I don't go spilling them. And I'm going to go ahead and set these eyelets just because I can. Okay. So here we go. We've got the eyelets set in the book. I probably should have picked longer eyelets for this. Okay, so let's go ahead and poke holes in the next line of dots. Let's make this. This guide will help us keep everything at the right level, right? So that I don't have to worry about the up and down portion of it, just the left to right. So that should keep it straight across, right? So that's 1. Oh my gosh. There's 2. There's 3. 4. Right? Those are some naughty kids. Naughty. Me and Andrew had lunch today together. Well, actually, that was yesterday now. We went by Wendy's yesterday. We were out and about. So I picked him up for a short time so that we could run some errands. And we did some very quick shopping and lunch. So see, I'm doing just the opposite of that top row. So I think that'll look cool, don't you? So I'm alternating just to add some interest. Okay. So let me go ahead and set these eyelets here. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So now we've only got 4 more holes and we are done, and I can start binding this book. I'm so excited. Oh, this is way off. Hold on. Let me get that back to the area of the dot. No, that's too far. There we go. That's perfect. Okay. Ugh. That's starting to aggravate my hand. All right, there's one. That's when it comes in handy to have a kid at home. Right there. I could be like, Andrew, come and punch these holes for me. Oh. This is getting goopy. Hi, Maria. How are you? I love your new puppy. I saw your puppy on Instagram. What kind of dog is that? Is that a Shih Tzu? Andrew, hint, hint. Yeah, she was saying she got your package, Maria, but she was trying not to open it because she wanted to do a video. It's killing her. It's killing her, I tell you. So what she should do is like open it and then like just record looking at a couple things and then go finish the video later. Just take a sneak peek. He is cute. You didn't see her puppy? She just posted a picture of her new puppy. Is that your Christmas present, Maria? He's adorable. What's his name? It's a boy or a girl? What's her name? Or his name? All right. So let me put these back before I lose all my eyelets. That's a little bumpy, isn't it? Oh. All right. So I'm going to set these eyelets and start sewing soon. 1, 2, 3. My hand's getting sore now. 4. Okay. So there we go. I alternated the brass eyelets, the antique brass eyelets with the silver ones just to add some interest to the binding. So there's the binding. Yeah, this is the front because the back I got a crooked tape there, but you can't see it that good. Thank God. And then I have, I'm going to have to make a great big hole up here, which I'm going to need a larger eyelet for. So let me see if I can find a grommet, because that's where I'm going to put the whatchamacallit, that's where I'm going to put the journal charm, which is also not quite finished. Okay. Let's see what I got. Gosh, I'm sorry. I know that's noisy. So I've got this. Let me see. I got these. I'll probably put one of those in actually, because these are too big and I don't have a cutter. And these, you got a hammer to get them in. And sometimes they get in crooked, and once they're in, well, once they're in, you might not get them back out. So I kind of feel like, are these brass or are these antique gold? Those look brass, don't they? These look like antique gold. There's an antique gold one. So I'm going to put one of these big ones up here at the tip top before I bind it, because once it's bound, it's going to be hard to do that. So let me put these back in my closet of junk here. And again, moving my chair. I got this bar stool that we had in the garage, in the other garage, and it's just kind of in my way. Okay, so this I really do want in the middle, which is why I marked on my little piece of paper where the center was. So I'm going to go ahead and just make me a little guideline here at the top of my book. Where my center is. Because I did do that with a ruler. So I'm going to pull that down in here. I'm going to go ahead and put my hole there for the big grommet. So let's go ahead and pop that in while we've got it all situated here. Want that to slide around. Does it look centered? I hope so. Yeah, it's a little off where the mark was, but no big deal. Haley will not care. So now I have to move my my setter to D, and I believe 2. Does that sound right? You'd think I've done this enough that I should have these settings memorized by now. But yeah, that was right. Okay. So now I've got the big hole at the top where the ring is going to go for her charm. Okay, we can put the crocodile away. All right, let's see what we got. Yes, he has a little love. Omri, you're so sweet. Lady gave him to Edwin. It's a boy, and his name is, Gizmo. That's right. I saw that. Is it a baby puppy? She couldn't take care of him because she has another dog, and her son is doing an internship. He is in LA. Wire, and he can't take care of him either. So they asked Edwin, and I'm being asked for a Shih Tzu since my Polly passed. She was also a Shih Tzu, and today he came home with me, the puppy. Oh, the name puppy. Yes, I named him Gizmo. He does look like a little gremlin, doesn't he? He's so stinking adorable. His face is so cute. He really is cute. Cute. I'm glad I got that on the top and not the bottom. I'd have been mad if that was at the wrong end. Always make sure when you're putting your hole in the top that you're at the top. I'm glad I didn't mess that up. Because y'all know I mess some stuff up routinely. Okay. So let me get some of this mess out of the way. And I'll dust up a little. And we'll start some sewing. We'll get this book together in no time. Because I tell you what, I want to be done with it. I've got some decorating to do, but other than that, I tell you what, I'll be glad to be done with this bit. Okay, so I have to find my string, my binding string, and I think I'm going to go ahead and use the black and white. I have other options, as you know. I have this wax thread that I hauled a long time ago. I really like these colors. And I have this elastic, which I don't particularly like these colors with this book. But I do have the black and white intertwined thread. That is my constant go-to. So, and I'm going to put a hitching post on the front. So, there's my hitching post. Here's my black and white go-to. This is also waxed thread, of course, which is pretty much unbreakable. You can't really break this stuff. So, we can put the hitching post anywhere, but I'm probably going to put it about in the middle of the front here. This is silver, and I would like it. Oh, actually, these are copper. These are antique gold, and these look like nickel plated. So I'm going to use one of the antique gold ones here. Oops, I got a copper one out, but okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put those back in this drawer so I do not lose them. I'm going to set this over here to the side because I'm always making a mess. Okay. So here's how I roll, right? I go down the middle, up this one, back in the middle, up this one, and back. So we got down, up, down, up, and then you have the strings, right? And I cut each one, each what do you call it? Signature. I cut each one. So let me get my cardboard and we'll poke some holes. Let me think of where I put my cookie tool. I don't know where my other cardboard went. We'll use this. We'll go ahead and use the edge of this because this is super thick cardboard. And I moved my whole desk around, so now it's like I can't find nothing. Okay. So this is relatively simple. Here's my first signature, right? And this is going to go inside the cover in these first 3 holes, right? Don't that look pretty? Yeah. So here's an antique Victrola ad. Here's a coat room check tickets. It says memories. Here's a dance card. And then I cut these people out of paper and put it on music craft paper. I put some little gold notes on here. And this black velour, I cut the ends and wrapped it around so that it's like a ribbon. Oh, I just love this. This is probably my favorite. Okay, so I'm going to take a few things out of here while I sew it. I'm going to take this little book check tab, this alterations tab out. I'm going to make sure that Jack is centered in because he's the centerfold, right? Now I'm going to make sure everything is where as it should be before I start poking holes. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to use this cover to poke these holes. Oh, this won't fit through the small. Okay, so we're not going to use the cover to poke the holes. We're going to use this. We're going to make sure that our holes are exact. Yeah. Okay. So here we go. Here's the first hole. And I am going to have to get my little sharper tool out because this little plastic piece doesn't really want to rip that well. So let me get my other kit here. I've got a really, really sharp little pokey tool over here. If I can think of what I did with this kit. See, this is why I should not move stuff around, really, because my ADHD gets me all off. Oh, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and just take, these are poked through. Let's go ahead and just keep poking. I'll just tap. I'll wake that up, though. So that's not quite through. It's through there. So we got through part of it. All right. So that. Yeah. Okay. All right. All righty. So we've got our first hole. And this is where I'm going to sew his signature in, but I am going to go ahead and find my kit with the sharper awl. This awl is too big. So let me think. I'm pretty sure I'm going to put that. Oh, I know exactly where I put it. I do. And I pulled the whole drawer out. Do this. This is, what is this? Well, I thought I put it in that drawer, but apparently not. Let me think. What else? What else can I have? Got basket. Yes. Books. Got the scraps. Oh, you know what? That's some journal. That's my paint. That's some more paint. Okay. That's not it. Okay. Isn't that crazy? Because I hate that, and I'm in the middle of a live and can't find something. I'm going to be right back because I'm going around my desk now where I have some things sitting, some odd things that I don't have a place for yet. I'm going to look over here and see if I set it over here. So I have some paint brushes. Let's see. Kit of stuff. Let's see. This some kit. My punches are over here. Gosh, that's aggravating. I'm aggravated at myself. Well, apparently you have to be a little more organized to have an effective YouTube channel, right? So, I'm guessing Okay. Oh, I know. I forgot I got a new file cabinet down here. I got a new file cabinet at the off of the garage sale site. Almost forgot. And I put some journaling stuff in here, right? And so I think the toolkit is down here. This stuff. For sure. That's a shame. Because it's not. I don't have any range for this junk. Boy, disorganization will get you every time. This is why I get aggravated about when my desk gets messy right here. Because then I can't find anything when I need it. Ain't that a gripe? Well, I tell you what. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to call it a day on the Jack journal. And I hate that because I really want to sew this journal in. But I'm going to have to clean my desk off and put some of this mess away. I am going to continue this at another time. I really wanted to finish this tonight because it's a monster. Look at this thing. Ugh. But unfortunately, I have to clean it. I absolutely have to clean my desk. Otherwise, I'm not even going to know where my pokey tool is or any of it. So let's ask the Magic 8 Ball what we should do. Should I end this video and turn it on later? Yes, definitely, it said. Can you see that? It said, yes, definitely. This is my corporate decision maker. This is my Magic 8 Ball. So on that note, we're going to have to end this live because, well, because the Magic 8 Ball said so. And I'm going to straighten up my desk and find what I did with my little toolkit. So I can't survive without my tiny pokey tool. Bummer, I know. Well, and it could be 10 minutes and I'll be back on, or it could be later. I have a feeling it'll be 10 or 15 minutes before I get this desk cleaned up because it's a mess. Like, it's a mess. It's a huge mess. So I needed to clean it up anyway. I should have probably did that before I started the video. I've only had 1 cup of coffee anyway. I just woke up. I went to bed. I was so tired. I went to bed at like 7 o'clock. I was exhausted. So I slept. Our electricity had went off and on a couple times in the last few weeks after the snow and ice, just because we have lines above ground and it's old 1950s neighborhood, you know. So we had a couple limbs break and the IPL came out and they turned it back on, but they shut it off a couple times off and on, or maybe it just went off from, maybe the line was down. I don't know. It wasn't down for very long this last time, but so I never reset the clock in the bedroom. So how I clean my craft table? Girl, if you, seriously, I should zoom out because if you see my table right now, like, it's horrible, horrible. It's like such a mess. Did you guys see my no pen? I'm going to start taking this to work so I can say no.
No. Yeah, no. 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 No.
I love this pen. I love this pen and I could not stop playing with it. You're waiting for your mom to call? The power's been out there for hours. Yeah, after hours, I checked to make sure we paid our bill. But, well, hopefully her power comes on really soon. I don't want her to get cold. But my clock was rung from our power going on and off. I finally quit. I was just like, I'm sick of setting this clock. I'm just going to leave it. And you know what? When I woke up, I thought it was 4 a.m. And I thought, well, I might as well get up and make a pot of coffee and go out and work on the Jack Journal a little bit so that then I can go back and take a nap because I have to work tonight, right? And on my night off, I try to stay up really late. And instead, I went to bed really early. So it screwed up my whole shebang. It's messy. It's a mess. So this is actually good though. I probably should stay up and work on this journal. So I think I'm going to. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up my desk and come back later. Andrew, are you asleep, honey? My son's here. My youngest son is here. Oh, listen, can you guys hear that? My computer overheating, my junky computer. Where I dropped it and it's cracked open in the back now. Let me see. There we go. Oh, let me see. There we go. I just flip it and the fan stops. Yeah. I just flip it and the fan stops running. Look where I smashed my finger in the gate. Ouch. It's grown out though. There's like a dent there even. Anyway, so I'm gonna Oh, I bet. That's how you punish old people. Take their power chair and their lift chair away and their elevators don't work. Or their cell phone. Yeah, and if they don't have any electricity, they can't push their call button. How does she get the nurse to come and help her? That's how you know the difference between who can do and who can't do. Because, you know, there's all kinds of people who are always rolling around in them power scooters and they use those electric chairs. But those, and I got one lady, she's always like, oh my God, I'm in so much pain. Oh, I got to have my pain pill the minute her pain pill's due, man. If it's due at 5 minutes after 11, she calls it 5 minutes after 11. I got to have a pain pill. But you know what? If she didn't have any of those things, she literally comes over to the main building where the nurse's station is with her walker, and she walks faster than I do. Now, you cannot tell me that you are in that much pain if you come barreling over there like a bat out of hell for your pain pill because nobody got it to you fast enough. Or if they're on the other line and they don't answer the phone, she come rolling over there like a mall walker. She like jogging over. She's like, hey, need my pain pill. It's funny too. That's our little joke at work. They're like, well, I better go take her pain pill before she comes sprinting over for it. And she'll get mad at you if you don't come right away. Chop, chop right now. I think she sets an alarm, wakes up. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna do a quick cleanup, get me my second cup of coffee, get woke up a little bit more, and then I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna go ahead and sew these on. I'm not gonna sew them in without you guys. Okay, I promise. So I'll be back in a little bit after I find my pokey tool, because you know Dana's making a mess again. All right, love you all. Thanks for coming by, and I'll see you shortly. Okay, bye. Bye.